question that spawns in my mind as I read this gospel. Like, obviously, Jesus is teaching something about the elevated status of Christian community over that of biological blood. But what did Mary and the siblings come to talk about? Surely Mary knew what he was doing. And if Dr. Bergsman is right and she initiated the public ministry of Jesus, she knows what he's doing, and she needs to let him go. Let him go do the thing. Now, of course, some of the tradition says that Mary followed him, that she was amongst the women who saw to their needs, right? What do they need? What do they want? I think probably the most glaring thing in the history of the life of Jesus is probably the death of St. Joseph. So Joseph dies. They come to inform him, maybe bring him home for the funeral. And he's already in the midst of, preaching in this town. Maybe that's what it was. And Jesus knows, and maybe ringing in his own ears is let the dead bury the dead, his own saying. What I don't think it for sure is Jesus doesn't want to deal with whatever they want to talk to him about. I don't think that's it. It's reading too much of our broken human nature into the life of the Messiah. But more than likely, it was something that was important to their family. But in the grand scheme of things and in the building up of the church, it was insignificant. That's why I think of things like the death of St. Joseph. Intensely important for their family. But for the wider church, it might be a sacred and profound and important moment. But the establishing of the Christian community was actually far more important. And the preaching of the gospel for the first time was far more important. Because this would lay the foundation for everything that was to come afterwards. And of course, we don't know. Mark doesn't tell us. The story doesn't repeat in other gospels, and they don't tell us. But there was something they wanted to talk to him about. And of course, Jesus knows it. And that's why it's not such a big deal that he, for lack of a better word, blows them off. Because whatever they wanted to tell him, he already knows. But maybe now is not the right time for that.